guys, it's Feast here, and welcome back to episode 51 of our Manchester City Grow. Now in today's episode, we're going to be getting on into the January transfer window once we've finished playing this game against Swansea and also seeing the next game, I think against Sunderland as well, in a few days' time. So once we've got past those two matches, we're into the January transfer window, hopefully going to be signing Neymar today, if he accepts our bid, of course. And we could well see the departure of Sanchez and Leroy Sané. If you didn't see the last episode, click the link in the description below to go ahead and watch it, because basically Leroy Sané is asked to leave in this window. So we've got to find some sort of replacement. I've been looking at replacements as well as bringing in Neymar, who's going to be Sanchez's replacement. We are still looking at other players as well. And there's a couple of players I've got in mind. I think they've got some good options, so I'm not too worried really about bringing in another sort of player. It's very, very similar to Leroy Sané. So there's the option of Thomas Lemar, he could come in, and there's also Marco Asensio as well, who could come in and play some sort of role that Leroy Sané did. Of course, not an out-and-out left winger or anything like that. He's a centre attacking mid, but of course we have switched up the formation recently, so I think he'd work in that position. Before we get any further into today's episode though, if we could try and hit 100 likes, I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the channel, maybe you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button as well down below, and that'd be absolutely fantastic. Let's crack on with things, and first of all, get on with this game against Swansea. This is I'm going to go with quite a strong team, game against Sunderland in a few days' time to also think about as well. But we've got Edison in goal, Kyle Walker, Tara Stones and Rose in defence. In front of that we've got Sol and Kevin De Bruyne, then we've got Raheem Sterling, Silva and Leroy Sané potentially playing his final game for us. Sergio Aguero starts up front as well. This is the bench I've gone with: Company, Mendy, Suarez, Gundogan, Moreno, Sanchez and Gabriel Jesus all starting. Let's wait and see how he gets on. A very strong bench. Sanchez returning from injury now. It might well get a game off the bench. Again, could be his final match. It might be that he plays against Sunderland, to be honest, in a couple of days' time. We'll have to wait and see. Let's crack on with things and see how we get on. Try and get ourselves 3 points. Okay then, here we go for this game against Swansea. We're away at the Liberty Stadium for this match. We've got a very, very strong team out. Can we keep up this really good form that we've seen in the last two episodes? Hopefully we can, and try and push into the January transfer window in a really, really good winning streak, and then try and add to that team with the signings of Neymar and potentially one other player as well. Well played, Kevin De Bruyne. Bernardo Silva now has it. Can he find Sergio Aguero with the pass? What a ball that is. On his right foot, Sergio Aguero now going to go alone and try and shoot on his right foot and scores past the goalkeeper. He's scored and he's opened up the scoreline with a decent strike on his right foot. Actually, I was a little bit worried he was going to take on his left side, but he doesn't. On his right foot in the 29th minute. Really does fantastically here. Outpaces Carl Bartley and slots it home past the goalkeeper. Decent little finish as well on his right foot. Opens up the scoreline and a good way to start the match. So far, we've been very, very good. Again, looked quite lively. Swansea have had one or two chances, to be fair to them, but we have been the team that's looked the better so far. Well played, Raheem Sterling. Sergio Aguero now onto Bernardo Silva. Hits it first time. Maybe could have taken a touch and then shot, but wasn't too sure whether I was going to be closed down or not. Nevertheless, good work anyway. We need to still try and get that second goal though if we can. It's not too much further until half time now, but still going to try and go for a second goal if we can. Oh, what a save, Edison. What a save. Out for a corner. Really good chance to Swansea there just on the stroke of half time. Got to try and clear this. Opposition always looks more of a threat just before half-time as well. Managed to clear that corner. Do we have a counter-attack in us? No, we don't. We've lost it. That's not a good place to lose it either. Into Cal Bartley again. And another really, really good block. This time from Cal Walker. Another corner to defend. Looking at quite good, actually, Swansea at times. Again, I don't know whether they've challenged us enough. I mean, we've certainly been the better team, but they have had some decent chances, half chances, in this first half. That's it for the first half. Still remains 1-0. Let's go into the second half and hopefully extend the lead. Sol to shoot from range. Ooh, another corner for Bernardo Silva into the front post this time. Sol's there, flicks it, and it's going to be another corner. We'll take it. Not so sure that that's true or not, though. Silva to deliver. Similar sort of position. Sané, saved. Okay, so 20 minutes left of this game. We've not managed to get the second goal yet, so we're going to bring on the big guns. We're going to make all three changes here. Moreno, Sanchez, and Gabriel Jesus all going to come on. That means we'll be taking off Silva, Sergio Aguero, and Leroy Sané. Nothing to do with their performance, or not even really to do with their energy levels either. It's just literally fresh legs. I think these guys are hopefully going to give us a bit more pace down the middle and obviously give us some sort of different option, hopefully, attacking wise. So, still aiming for the second goal. That's why I've made so many attacking changes. Hopefully we can do that with the final 20 minutes. Gabriel Jesus onto Sol. That's a great pass. Sol coming inside now, beating his man. Still going here. Sol going to shoot. Maybe should go across, but has scored nevertheless. It's 2-0. That's the goal that we needed. Sol scores it. Really good bit of play. Involves the substitutes as well. And with less than 20 minutes to go in this game, he manages to double our lead and should now therefore give us the 3 points. Could have maybe gone across to Gabriel Jesus. A little bit of a risky pass. But we have managed to put it past the goalkeeper and we've managed to get the second goal. Really, really good way to come to the end of the match and hopefully get ourselves all 3 points here. We're going to try and obviously add to the lead with the remaining sort of 15-20 minutes left. We'll have to wait and see how he gets on. Sanchez over to Moreno. What a pass. Moreno with loads of space to run into. He's only got one more player to beat. Moreno to shoot, saved by the goalkeeper. Again, could have potentially gone across the box, but I thought the shot looked the better option, and sadly it was saved. Penalty, free kick. I think it's going to be a penalty. I think it's a challenge by Sigurdsson on Cal Walker, was it? I'm not so sure where it's been given. It looks like it was outside the box, but the referee seems to be pointing to the spot here. We'll wait and see. Yeah, it must be inside. It's difficult to tell from that angle. It is inside the box. Can we make it 3-0 through Kevin De Bruyne? And we have done a smash it at home, past the goalkeeper, into the back of the net. 3-0, that'll be the game over in the final couple of minutes. And we managed to add a third to the scoreline. Looked really, really good again in this match. Really starting to get back on form with this new formation. So we're doing fantastically well. And hopefully going to push on even further once we've got, obviously, a couple more players in. Walker to switch. What a pass to Moreno. What a pass. Still going here, Moreno. Looking for a pass across the box. I think it might be offside. He'd gone for it anyway. Is it 4? It's 4. No, it's not offside. I thought I was a little bit behind Gabriel Jesus, to be honest, but maybe not. We'll have a look on the replay. It's 4-0 now with a little pass across the goal. Sweaty, but we'll take it. And Moreno just goes across. Gabriel Jesus with a bit of a tap-in. Goalkeeper couldn't quite get there, and we've now added a fourth to the scoreline. That new attack certainly freshened things up, didn't it? 3 more goals when they came on in the final 20 minutes or so, so I can't really ask for too much more from them. The game's finished 4-0, really happy with that result. Gets another 3 points, of course, and it's the final game that we'll be playing before we get into the January transfer window. The next match against Sunderland will be simmed at home, so we'll see what we get on that game as well, but 3 points in this match is really, really good. Helps potentially move us even further in front of second place. Okay, so I think we're still 5 points in front of Leicester City, so it hasn't really changed things that much, but we are now 7 points in front of Chelsea, so a really, really good amount of points in front of some of those teams beneath us at the moment. We're doing fantastically well. Again, we at Sunderland in just 2 days' time, not much recovery time at all. Whole new team probably, so we'll wait and see what sort of side we're able to put out for that. Let's have a look how we get on this week with the training drills. Pretty well, a few stats go up, no change in overall. Ferreira very, very close to 78 overall. And that also reminds me of FIFA 18, I forgot to mention this I think in my information videos, with the play development and the drills, now you can have different presets. So you can have a set of 5 drills and you can save it, and rather than having to redo the drills again once you've changed them, you can just load that preset again, which is quite good. You get, like, I think a few different presets. So it's still 5 drills, but you get different sort of saves that you can just load up straight away, as opposed to just loading up the most recent one. You can actually go through and look at the different saves that you've had. So that's pretty interesting. I forgot to mention that actually in my information videos. Okay, so on to the next game against Sunderland. Not quite a completely changed team. There's a couple of players that remain in the side, but on the whole it has been changed quite dramatically. Edison, Danilo, Company, Mangala, Mendy, Gundogan, Suarez, Roberts, Silva, Sanchez and Gabriel Jesus all starting. Let's just get on with this game. It's the final match before we go into 2019 and into the January transfer window. Of course, everyone just wants to get past this game and try and sign Neymar now, so we'll skip it. Oh, we lost the game 2-1. Well, that was unexpected. It's a home match that we've just lost to Sunderland. Got Hazard up front. That's not Eden Hazard. That's his brother. But yeah, I can't believe that. Lost the game 2-1. That's very gutting. Luckily, there's a good amount of space between us and the other teams around us, but that's a very unexpected loss. And of course, not a loss that we'd probably have had if we'd played the game. Luckily, though, the other teams around us didn't capitalise. I'm still 4 points in front of second place. Leicester City must have lost their match as well, with Chelsea, I think, just gaining. Maybe they won their match, Chelsea. Certainly Leicester lost anyway. Well, now the most important thing is we're in the January transfer window. That means we can make signings. We can also sell players. How many want to leave here? Just one, actually. Danilo wants to leave. The rest of them thanking me for playing them. That's good news. Danilo, I think, will have to leave. I have not been so impressed with him in games, so he will probably be on the way out. I'll sort out the youth academy side of stuff, potentially off camera. We'll wait and see, but there's usually quite a lot of rearranging of players to do with that. The first thing we have to do before we can put in any bids is actually get rid of a player. We're in a situation at the moment where we don't have currently any space in the team. We've got 52 players all in the squad again, so we're going to have to get rid of somebody. Not really too sure exactly who yet. We'll also transfer list a couple of players as well. I think we will transfer list Leroy Sané just to make sure that I'm able to sell him and I'm able to get the most amount of money possible for him, and make sure that the board don't basically hijack that deal. So we'll transfer list him. It's sad to see him leave, but he's asked to leave, so he is going to go because, yeah, I'm not going to have a player at the club that doesn't want to be here. We've got Ribeiro, who's been transfer listed. I might just release him, 35 grand. He isn't the player with the 93 to 94 potential. This guy is not quite as good, but I think we're going to release him. He's obviously worth £5 million, so it's a little bit of money to lose, but if we can bring in Neymar as a result of that, then I'm happy to do it. So we got rid of Ribeiro, and that means now we can put in some bids. Actually, I've just thought, if I'm putting in a bid for Neymar and using Sané, he might be worth more if I don't transfer list him. I don't know for sure on that one, but we'll wait and see. I've taken Leroy Sané off the transfer list for now. We will put him in as part of this deal and see exactly basically what Barcelona think about him. I'm assuming they'll want him. He's obviously a great overall and worth quite a bit of money, but I'm not really too sure exactly how much more they're going to want on top of that. I wouldn't be surprised if they're after 140, 150, 160 million pounds for Neymar. I think it's going to be a lot of money. We'll go with Sané, he's worth about 50 million pounds, and on top of that, to begin negotiations, we'll go with, I think, 70 million pounds. Kind of just see exactly what they think, and hopefully we're not too far off. Next bid is going to be for Marco Asensio from Real Madrid. It's going to involve Sanchez and 20 million pounds. Sanchez, as you can see here, is worth 42 million pounds, so a total about 62, which is bang in the middle of what the chief executive reckons. So we'll go with that bid, and we'll also put in a similar sort of bid for Lamar. It'll probably be a little bit less money. I don't think he's quite worth as much as Asensio, but we'll go with Sanchez again as part of that deal, and see exactly what both those teams say. We might just chuck in, I think maybe, I don't know, we'll go £10 million extra. I don't want to overpay, in fact. We'll go 5. I don't want to, again, go too over the top with the first bid. I did also warn at the start of this season that in order to be able to win everything this year, we would have to move away slightly from the realism, so hence why I've gone with bids for those players you've just seen there. Another player we're going to go for, since Danilo seems to want to leave, is this guy, Canseo, I think is how you pronounce his name, from Valencia. We're not going to go for someone that's better. There are obviously better options out there on the market, but Kyle Walker is the guy that I want to start, so we've got to have someone that's happy to sit on the bench occasionally. I'm going to go with this guy, 84 overall, incredible stats. You know, the stats are absolutely fantastic in playing basically anywhere on the right-hand side. That's all he cares about, being on the right-hand side, and I think he'd be a great backup to Kyle Walker for us. So we're going to chuck in Danilo as part of the deal, see what they say. Hopefully they're interested in Danilo, and we'll also chuck on £20 million on top of that. Hopefully a fair deal, but yeah, a lot of money being spent, as you can see. Okay, the board currently asking a few questions of some of these players. Does Bernardo Silva have a future at the club? Does Mendy, Diaz, and Danilo, Menendez, loads of different players? Well, certainly Bernardo Silva should, as far as I'm concerned. Mendy should as well. I don't expect those players to be leaving. Diaz, I don't expect to be leaving either. So hopefully we're going to have to sort that out. Bernardo Silva wasn't too long ago just thanking me for playing him, so that would be a surprise if he was to leave. Can we get any sort of response before this game against Watford? We should do, really. They've had a few days. First of all, though, a transfer offer in here for Bruno Ferreira, our left-back. Now, if Mendy was to leave, we can't afford to get rid of our left-back, so we are going to reject all offers. He's also got a really, really good potential. 18 years old, 78 overall. No chance that he's leaving. Everton with a pretty average bid in for him. Now onto the meaty deals. Barcelona accepting straight away. £70 million plus Leroy Sané. Now this is where I question whether I've overpaid. I don't think I have. I think they just recognise that Leroy Sané is a really, really good player, and we're chucking in a huge amount as well. It's whether Neymar wants to join now. I'm not going to, I don't think we'll match in fact we will match, I suppose, the wage. I was just going to go 550 straight away, but we'll see what Neymar says. Hopefully he's okay with that. We'll go 4-year deal, crucial first team player, bonus per goal, 20% of course, and we'll see what he says to that. Neymar could join us. Valencia have also accepted the bid as well for Canseo, the right back that they've got, involving Danilo as part of that deal. Just 50 grand a week, which is pretty good. That's obviously, I think, less than what Danilo's currently on with us, so that'll be fantastic if we can get in someone like that. Won't be a crucial first team player, will be important, but certainly we'll be battling with Kyle Walker. Okay, we've got a day now for some of these contract offers to be accepted before the Watford game. I doubt it's going to happen, to be honest. We'll wait and see, though. We'll see whether Neymar accepts or anything like that. Doesn't look like we've seen anything yet, but a transfer offer in here for Morales. I think this is a player that wants to leave, or no, in fact, no. He's one of our really, really good players, isn't he? Potential of between 93 and 94. Preston want to sign him. I have no interest in letting him go. Reject all offers for him. Pretty sure that that's the right guy. No, it's not the right guy. I got it wrong there. He was the guy that I had transfer listed. That makes sense. Okay. We'll remember for next time. Anyway, Real Madrid have accepted the bid we put in for Asensio involving Sanchez and £20 million. That's great news. We could potentially sign him up as a replacement for Sanchez. 200 grand a week. We'll go 5-year deal and crucial first team player. Ooh, that's risky. That is risky, but I don't think we can offer important. We'll try, we'll go with it. Monaco was saying unacceptable. They're interested in the player. They want £17 million on top of Sanchez in order to sign Lamar. Now, it doesn't seem like this deal will be necessary, but we are going to continue on with that. I think we'll go with 10. We'll say 10. We'll double it. Okay, so we're going to sin this game against Watford purely because obviously we've got those interesting transfers coming up. Also got a game against Crystal Palace in 2 days' time as well. Very, very risky to be simming these sort of matches, especially with them being away games. But we're going to do it. I want to get the transfers sorted in today's episode. And if we were to play the next 2 games, then we would really, it would have to be right at the very, very end of today's episode in order for that to happen. Drawing the game against Watford 1-1, obviously gutted again to drop more points, but suppose it was maybe inevitable given the fact that it was an away game. Hill wants to discuss wages. I'm not so sure that he'll be staying at the club, to be honest, so I don't think there's much point. Speaking of players that won't be staying at the club or potentially might be leaving, we've got Fabian Delph, £7.5 million bid for him. I think he's transfer listed. I want to get rid of him, but it has to be for the right price. £8.5 million counter offer. And we'll see whether we can get him out the door. He's actually been quite good in game. I like his pace in the midfield. It's obviously quite nice to have that there, but just I don't think good enough quality-wise. Okay, so onto some player drills before we get on to potentially the next game. We'll sim, I think, one more day before we get on to the next game. This week, again, not too many improvements, actually. Just 2 stats this week. We might have to look to change those players around, those drills around next week because we're not having too much progress recently. On to the game against Crystal Palace. Hopefully some notice from Neymar or Barcelona, whoever, about that deal. Neymar has accepted. First of all, though, we're going to go to the transfer offer for Sol, and it's a £55.5 million bid from Juventus. Okay, now I am actually looking to get rid of one of my centre mids. I think it's going to be Suarez that I'm going to get rid of. I've only signed him recently, but I think I'm probably the least happy with him in game out of all the centre mids. So I think we're going to reject all offers for Sol. No interest in getting rid of him. Quite happy with him in game, to be honest. Gundogan I've been impressed with recently as well, but I think Suarez is probably the weakest link, even though he's just signed in the summer, so he might well be leaving in January. I would actually listen to offers for him. But let's move on to this transfer. Neymar is finally going to sign. Leroy Sané will leave us £70 million plus Leroy Sané to bring in Neymar. What a signing. We'll also have to change the thumbnail now, I think, as well, because Sané's on there. Neymar might well be featured on there, if I can obviously Photoshop it correctly, but we have got him into the side. £70 million. What a signing that is. And he will fit it on the left-hand side, of course. 94 overall, obviously our best player now. And yeah, not a bad signing to make. Fits into the team nicely on the left-hand side. Not a bad way to start off the January transfer window, is it? Actually, not as expensive as I expected it to be. Maybe they valued Leroy Sané much more higher than I expected. Maybe because he wasn't transfer listed, I'm not really too sure. But that deal certainly seemed to go down pretty well with Barcelona. And of course, it is quite sad to see Leroy Sané go. He has played really, really well recently, but it just didn't seem to happen for him. He wasn't happy enough at the club, so he wanted to leave. We got rid of him, and now we will see in this game against Crystal Palace. Neymar might well have played this match, and we've won the game 2-0 as well, so that's great news. We'll hopefully see no injuries from these matches that we're simming, and Neymar didn't play. Okay, a little bit surprising. Okay, transfer offer in here for Ribeiro, one of the players that we are definitely not wanting to get rid of. I know that for a fact. This is the guy with the 93 to 94 potential. We are going to reject all offers for him. We're still training him up, and hopefully one day he's going to be a really, really good player. 16 years old currently as well, so looks fantastic. We've got a reminder about the monthly scouting update. You can remind me all you want, but there's no space in the youth academy. I've literally got rid of all the bad players in the youth academy. Not that we had many at all, and we're really, really struggling. I'm going to have to step up the entry requirements yet again and say that players like this guy aren't good enough to join us. So we're really going to have to try and trim down that youth academy or try and add them into our squad somehow, because we do have a lot of players here that are wanting to get into the academy. But good news regarding the Marco Asensio deal. £20 million plus Sanchez has been accepted by Real Madrid. The contract has been sorted. Important first-team player. He can now join if we choose. It's between him and Lamar. I think I'm going to go with this guy. I've not played with him much on Carema before, and I wasn't so impressed with Lamar when we played with him at Monaco. So hopefully this guy's going to be good. 87 rated, you'd certainly hope so. He's going to sign before the next game as well. Sanchez leaves us. Another player that wanted to leave, or that I wanted to leave, in fact, this time round. I wasn't so impressed with his recent performances in-game. So he leaves us. Asensio signs, and another huge transfer for us. Some really, really big deals. That means obviously the Lamar will not join us. So I think so far we've spent about £90 million going to this game against Ipswich in the Cup. I mean, imagine if we were to put out Neymar against Ipswich in this game. I'm not too sure exactly what the deal is and how many games we've got around that fixture, but it could happen. We've also got another player to come in as well. Cancelo is going to join. Danilo will leave. £20 million spent on that, and I think Danilo is probably on a higher wage, so we've saved a little bit of money there. Cancelo there joining us, and will play as a backup to Kyle Walker now. There's not too much difference between the two of them. In fact, he might actually be a little bit faster than Kyle Walker. We'll take a look, and we'll wait and see exactly who will start in-game, because obviously in-game performance is really important. He's actually got better acceleration, so he is faster than Kyle Walker, which is a little bit of a surprise, but those guys not too different to each other, to be honest. Very, very close stats. Cancelo, of course, a little bit younger than Walker. Okay, so brought in 3 really big signings. I can't see us making any more signings right now. There's maybe one more that could happen, but we'd have to get rid of quite a few players for it to happen, and that's a midfielder. I won't mention his name just yet, because like I say, it might not necessarily happen We do need to get rid of players like Fabian Delph. Selina will also have to leave as well. There's a few other players that we are looking to get rid of, but I think the 3 main signings have been made in the first 9 days of the transfer window, so really happy with that. It's great news going into this game against Ipswich, which will be, I think, the final game of today's episode. And also, speaking of Fabian Delph, that's been matched, £8.5 million. He will be leaving us, and we'll wait to see whether that can be agreed in the next couple of days. Transfer offers in here for Edison, the first one. We're going to reject all offers, no interest of selling him to Sporting. Really strange bid from them, £37.5 million. And Moreno, no intention of getting rid of him either. I've been really impressed with him, so no point in getting rid of him. He'd be a good squad player for us. And I think that pretty much concludes today's episode. We won't quite have enough time to play the game against Ipswich, sadly. I'll quickly just show you our starting 11 team now, though. Edison starting in goal, Cal Walker, Tar, Stones and Rose in defence. Bruno and Sol in midfield with Raheem Sterling, Silva and Neymar in front of them. Sergio Aguero starts up front, and we've got Gabriel Jesus going to 87 overall now. He's starting to go really well for us, which is great. So yeah, we've got a fantastic squad. We're looking really good. Suarez is the player that we're potentially going to get rid of. His stats look incredible, but in game I've not been impressed with him. He might get another chance though against Ipswich here, so there is maybe an opportunity for him to redeem himself. But we have got such a strong squad. We still need to get rid of a few of the youngsters. They'll be going out on loan. Some of them will be sold as well. Some of the regen players from the youth academy. That could hopefully happen next episode. We've also got Asensio as well to add into the mix as well. So a lot of really big names. Selina obviously being one of the names that will leave as part of that. So yeah, we've got a lot of really good players in this team now. Looking forward to using it next episode. Hopefully you guys are looking forward to seeing what sort of results we can get from this sort of team. You should expect us to go win everything this season with this sort of side. So we'll wait and see what happens. Hopefully going to get ourselves some great results in the next episode. Thank you all for watching today's episode. We obviously spent over £100 million on new signings. Got rid of a few players as well along the way. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to hit the like button as well down below. If we could try and hit 100 likes, I'd really appreciate it. And like I say, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button as well. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.